Hey, amazing people. We've got some exponential functions here which we want to graph. So the first of these is f of x equals 3 bracket times 4 to the power of x, close brackets. Now, when we're graphing one like this, it's going to cause a few changes to take effect. One of these is that 3 out in front is going to affect where the y-intercept is. So what's going to happen here, if x equals 0, 4 to the power of 0 is going to be 1, but we're going to multiply it by 3. So what it's going to do is it's going to shift it up so it's actually going up a bit quicker. Now, in addition to this, it's also going to make it a little bit steeper in how this graph is graphed here. It's still going to keep asymptote in the x-axis, but it's going to take a little bit longer to get there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to draw this from the x-axis, but it starts to increase quite quickly once it gets there and continues to increase quickly. Now we do need to plot some other points here. So we've got our y-intercept of 3, but also we can look at when we have perhaps x equals -1 might be a better one to do here due to the nature of this function. So when we do that, we have 4 to the power of -1, which makes it a quarter. So here, when we've got -1, this value here is going to be at 3/4. And 3/4. So we've just got this extra point which we've got to graph here. And remember to include your asymptote with a broken line to show where it is approaching but not reaching. In this next function, we have y equals 2 to the power of x plus 1, where we're adding a value of 1 in the indice here to the value of x. So what this is going to do, when we're adding this 1, it's kind of going to shift the curve. It's going to move it to its side a little bit. Now, what this is going to do is we're going to end up with an intercept, and this point here is going to be 2 as a result of it. So we would have 2 to the power of 1. So that means when x equals -1, -1 plus 1 gives us 0. So 2 to the power of 0 is 1. So this is going to be another point it passes through. And so we could label this now where we've got -1, 1 is the point we're going to pass through. So it's just shifting the graph across here. So as we graph this, it still keeps its asymptote for the x-axis, and this is how it's going to go. So remember to include your asymptote in your graph, and this is what it will look like.